Hello, today we want to talk about a really important issue. As we are well aware of, G&M is a prestigious constructor company, national leader since 1933, with many years' experience. It's been building the history of Peru in such projects as the maternity ward of Lima, the city of Talara, Melchorita, the Westin Libertador Hotel, among many others. Our presence has also extended to international levels, reaching such countries as Panama, the Dominican Republic, Chile, Bolivia, and Mexico. G&M is a company which has been creating and building projects to improve the lives of their people, thus contributing to the country's growth. We are really proud to belong to this great family. When we talk about construction, we are talking about changes that bring about different opinions in the different groups, always involving the human factor. The human factor, in turn, creates both social and work-related expectations. What I want to talk about today is how our works affect society. Most importantly, about how we help so many people grow in their work and personal lives. Today, we will talk about social and work management. Many of us may not be acquainted with this process as part of a construction project. To be able to explain this, I would like to show you a common thing that often happens in the world of construction first. We all know that Peru has been experiencing a period of social and economic growth. Construction is happening every day all around the country. Here we see a client. He's all enthusiastic. He can see the work in progress. Of course, the construction firm is also pleased. They've done a great business. Apparently, everything is all right. However, something stops them. We can see people from a nearby community preventing the development of the project. They consider that important issues have not been taken into account. They feel they have not been transparently informed on the process of the works, and that the jobs agreed upon are not being timely delivered. And even though the community has own local businesses, neither the client nor the construction firm have given them any consideration. They are sick and tired of the dust and noise produced by the dump trucks passing their homes. Furthermore, local species are being neglected and not taken care of. The presence of so many strangers has also bewildered them because their habits are so different from their own. At this point, the community is really upset, and dialogue is no longer an option. But within the project, things are not that much different. The relations with operative workers have become tense, and stoppage threats are heard of. This is all happening because operative workers are not being provided with timely information on their payments. And there is always the misinformed who misinforms co-workers. Workers feel they are not being represented by work-related decisions. They consider that the project conditions are not good and that bosses are being abusive with them. Some co-workers have already complained, but they were fired. And this is another issue. Too many people are fired. These situations, added to their being away from home and the family, have upset the workers against the project because they do not trust the project anymore. This reality repeats itself because of employees' neglect or the reigning misinformation, thus creating what we know today as social conflicts. This generates loss of opportunities, time, and money. But are we going to live with this problem forever? No. This is not a problem if it is taken care of from the very beginning. At G&M, we know how to deal with it. At G&M, every construction proposal comes together with a social and work management plan. This plan is based on the response and solution given to the different groups and communities near the construction site. How do we manage this? We have 4 lines of action. Community relations. We are all aware of the changes generated by our involvement in nearby localities. To measure this impact, we have the Community Relations Specialist, whose first task is to recognize social, economic, cultural, political, and organizational characteristics of the environment, in addition to identifying the community's expectations and fears. This information is collected before starting any construction activities. Based on these characteristics, we can know the impact that our project will have on nearby communities, and then we can prepare a communication plan in line with reality and considering each of the needs. As constructors, it is our duty to thoroughly communicate and coordinate with the communities all the details of the work, so that they can finally faultlessly understand the purpose of our project. Once the whys and the hows of the works are clear to the community, we can deal with the second important issue, our support in the workplace. Workforce employment. At GMM, our policy is 100% of unskilled labor must come from the area of influence of the project. For this purpose, there is again our friend, the Community Relations Specialist, who with the help of the information he or she has collected, can identify community leaders, create alliances and arrange training programs in accordance with the project's requirements in coordination with our client and local governments. The training seeks to prepare local people for construction jobs. Once training is completed, participants are tested theoretically, practically and psychologically, and those with the highest scores are hired to work in our project as assistants. Our workers will have the chance to continue with training and specialization so that they are able to re-qualify themselves in the civil construction regime, having the chance to grow and improve their salary. Once inside our project, our new operative worker will not only run into his or her neighbors, but will also meet many more workers from Peru and other countries. Social and work monitoring. It is very important that new workers get familiar with the characteristics of the civil construction regime. The person in charge of this important job is the social and work monitor. He or she is the link between workers and the company. He or she will explain them their economic and social benefits, as well as their work-related rights and obligations. Most likely a worker will have new questions or complaints. Our social and work monitor's duty is to support and answer all questions, providing the worker a good assistance service. It is also important to constantly monitor the conditions offered to the worker, identify improvement opportunities, or otherwise prevent them from being upset or uncomfortable. For this purpose, it is important to know the worker's viewpoint. Our friend, the social and work monitor, is in constant interaction with the worker, identifying and channeling any information that might help promoting good relations between the worker and the company. Social welfare. As important as the operative worker's professional development is his or her personal and emotional development. For this purpose, in our project we carry out welfare programs to take care of these necessities. The party responsible for implementing this program is the social welfare team. Our welfare team, in addition to providing administrative support and insurance and policy management from the first day of work, carries out activities that contribute to the socio-emotional and work development of our operative workers within our project. But the workers' welfare would not be fulfilled if we did not also reach their families. For this purpose, we have designed and executed activities that help family strengthening and integration. For G&M, family is the core of any society. And families should be taken care of and protected, just as much as we take care and protect our operative workers. Work relations. Let's not forget that there are also deceiving groups in our communities that foster acts of violence against the project and try and self-generate an economic benefit at the expense of our workers. The work relations specialist will make sure that good relations are established and kept with the local and national construction unions. G&M understands and defends the importance of trade unions in its projects, and that is why the work relations specialist will provide the resources for workers to organize elections of their representatives, whose duty will be to ensure compliance with their rights. Once this project committee has been composed, the Work Relations Specialist will support the negotiation of project conditions, where all relevant issues will be addressed, such as payments, benefits, and rights and obligations of the operative worker. In this way, the Work Relations Specialist will vitalize relations between the company, the workers, and their representatives. At G&M, we know that communication is the best strategy to strengthen relations, improve work environment, and prevent possible conflicts within and out of our projects. With these 4 action lines: community relations, social and work monitoring, social welfare, and work relations, we guarantee prompt response to social impacts produced by our activity. Our objectives are to maintain harmonious relations with the communities, to optimize dynamics with our workers, to contribute to the worker's welfare and his or her family's welfare, to promote harmonious relations with trade unions, to ensure compliance with our projects according to the established time frame, and to strengthen serious and harmonious relations in our internal and external fronts of influence. Goodbye, and until next time.